He walked into school wearing shoes held together with duct tape, gray duct tape, wrapped around the soles like someone had tried to keep a secret but failed. The kind of repair job that screams louder than any brand name ever could. Marcus didn't look down. That was the thing about him. 10 years old, 4th grade, and he'd already learned that looking down made it worse, made people notice, made them lean in close with their phone cameras and their cruel little laughs. If you've never been the kid everyone's staring at, hit that subscribe button, because this story, it's about to get uncomfortable. The cafeteria smelled like institutional pizza and floor cleaner. Marcus sat alone at the end of a table, the one near the trash cans where nobody wanted to sit anyway. He'd brought his lunch from home, sandwich in a plastic grocery bag, the kind you reuse until it tears. His mom worked 2 jobs. His dad worked overnight. And shoes. Shoes weren't exactly priority number 1 when you're 3 months behind on rent. Across the cafeteria, Tyler Bennett held court. 12 years old but looked 14. His dad owned 3 car dealerships in town, the kind with those inflatable tube men out front and commercials during football games. Tyler wore Jordans, the new ones. Still had that fresh from the box smell probably. "Yo, check out Marcus," Tyler announced to his table, loud enough that half the cafeteria turned. Man's wearing science experiments on his feet. Laughter rolled across the room like a wave. Marcus kept eating. Bite, chew, swallow, don't react. His mom's voice in his head. "Baby, they can't hurt what you don't give them." But Tyler wasn't done. He pulled out his phone, walked over and took a picture, close up. The flash went off like a little explosion of humiliation. "This is going on TikTok. #BrokeBoySummer." The video went viral. Not huge viral, but school viral, which somehow feels worse. Because it's your whole world watching. 300 kids saw Marcus's duct-taped shoes by lunch the next day. By Friday, someone had made a meme. By Monday, even teachers had seen it. Marcus didn't cry. That's what everyone expected, maybe even wanted, but he didn't give them that. He just disappeared a little. Started eating lunch in the library. Started wearing his older brother's 2 big sneakers, the ones that made him trip in gym class. His mom noticed. Of course she noticed. The way he'd started walking different, shoulders curved in like he was trying to take up less space in the world. "What happened, baby?" "Nothing." "Marcus, it's nothing, Mom. I'm fine." She didn't believe him. Mothers never do. But what was she supposed to do? Buy him new shoes? With what money? She was already working doubles, coming home smelling like French fries and exhaustion. 3 weeks passed. The video faded from everyone's phones, but not from Marcus's memory. He still felt it, that flash, every time he walked into a room. And then, something shifted. If you're liking this story, drop a like and make sure you're subscribed. Because what happens next? Nobody saw it coming. Marcus started staying late at school. Not for detention, not for sports. He'd go to the computer lab, the one that stayed open until 5 for kids whose parents worked late. Mrs. Henderson, the librarian, she didn't ask questions. Just handed him the login and let him work. What was he doing? Learning. Videos on YouTube, free courses, tutorials on coding, on building websites, on something called dropshipping that he barely understood at first but kept studying anyway. 10 years old, teaching himself business. His best friend Devin was the only one who knew. "Man, why are you watching this stuff? This is boring." "I'm working." "On what?" Marcus looked at him, really looked at him. On not being broke. It took him 4 months. 4 months of staying late, of learning, of failing, of trying again. He built a website, sold phone cases, the kind with custom designs, started with $20 he'd saved from birthday money, made 30, reinvested, made 60, reinvested, made 120. His mom thought he was just doing homework. By the time summer hit, Marcus had made $3,000. $3,000 from a laptop in a school library and a work ethic that most adults don't have. But he didn't tell anyone. Didn't buy anything flashy. Just kept working. Kept learning. Kept building. September came back around. 5th grade. New year. Same school. Same cafeteria. Same Tyler Bennett, still wearing Jordans. Still acting like he owned the place. Marcus walked in different. Not the duct tape shoes. Not his brother's 2 big sneakers. New shoes. Clean. Simple. Nothing crazy. But his. Tyler noticed immediately. Oh look, Marcus got an upgrade. What did your mom do? Finally pay the light bill. Marcus didn't respond. Just walked to his table, the same one near the trash cans, and sat down. But this time, he pulled out his phone, opened his banking app, opened his business account, turned the screen toward Tyler's table. $8,400. The cafeteria went quiet. That weird kind of silence where everyone's still talking, but somehow it feels like nobody is. What the hell? Tyler walked over, grabbed the phone, looked at the screen, looked at Marcus, looked at the screen again. This is fake. It's not. You're lying. Marcus shrugged. Don't have to lie, man. I work. Tyler's face did something complicated. Confusion, anger, something else. Maybe respect, maybe jealousy. Hard to tell. Where'd you get this? Made it. Doing what? Selling stuff online. Built a store. Did the work. Marcus looked at him. Really looked at him. You should try it sometime. Instead of just spending your dad's money. The cafeteria erupted. Not in laughter. In that shocked "oh" sound that happens when someone gets called out perfectly. But Marcus wasn't done. He stood up, walked to the center of the cafeteria. Everyone watching now. Even the lunch ladies stopped serving. Any of y'all need shoes? His voice carried. Confident. Calm. I'll buy them. Seriously. Anyone who needs shoes who can't afford them, who's walking around with holes or duct tape or whatever. Tell me what size. I'll get you a pair. Silence. And then, a hand went up. A girl named Jasmine from 6th grade. Then another. A boy from 7th. Then more. 9 kids total. 9 kids who'd been hiding the same shame Marcus had carried. Tyler stood there, Jordan's on his feet, phone in his hand, watching Marcus become something bigger than him. Marcus bought every single pair. Spent $100, didn't care. Money comes back when you know how to make it. Dignity doesn't always. The video Tyler had made still existed, but now when people saw it, they didn't see a kid in duct-taped shoes. They saw the beginning of something else. Mrs. Henderson, the librarian, she started a business club. Marcus helped teach it. By the end of the year, 12 kids were running their own small online stores, making money, learning, building. Tyler? He showed up to one of the meetings. Sat in the back, didn't say much, but he showed up. And the next week and the week after that. Turned out when you're not busy being cruel, you've got time to learn something. Marcus's mom found out eventually. About the money. About the business. She cried. Not sad crying. That other kind. The kind that happens when you realize your kid figured out how to survive in a world that wasn't kind to him. I'm so proud of you, baby. I know, Mom. Why didn't you tell me? Marcus smiled. Wanted it to be a surprise. Here's the thing nobody tells you about being mocked. About being humiliated. About being the kid everyone laughs at. It either breaks you or it builds you. And Marcus chose to build. He's 15 now. Still runs his business, makes about $40,000 a year. Saves most of it. Still wears regular shoes. Nothing crazy. Says he doesn't need to prove anything anymore. Tyler? They're not friends exactly, but they're not enemies. They're something more complicated than that. 2 kids who learned different lessons from the same moment. And those duct-taped shoes, Marcus kept them in his closet as a reminder, not of shame, but of where he started. Before you go, I need you to do 3 things. Subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment telling me about a time someone underestimated you and you proved them wrong. And check out the next video where we talk about another kid who turned rejection into something powerful. One more thing. When's the last time you looked at someone and assumed you knew their whole story? Because Marcus taught me something. The kid getting mocked today might be the one changing the game tomorrow. We just don't know who we're looking at yet.